Okay, we will start with product life cycle. Products like people have life cycles. The product life cycle is broken into four stages: introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. This concept is used by management and by marketing professionals as a factor in deciding when it is appropriate to increase advertisement, reduce prices, expand to new markets, and redesign the packaging or redesigning the product itself. The process of strategizing ways to continuously support and maintain a product is called as product life cycle management. Now we will see what is the purpose of PLC, that is product life cycle. The goal of product life cycle management, that is PLM, are to reduce time to market, improve product quality, reduce prototyping cost, identifying potential sales opportunities and revenue contributions, maintain and sustain operational serviceability, and reduce environmental impacts at end of life. To create successful new products, the company must understand its customers, markets, and competitors. Product lifecycle management integrates people, data, processes, and business systems. It provides product information for companies and their extended supply chain enterprise. PLM solutions help organizations overcome the increased complexity and engineering challenges of development of new products for the global competitive markets. Now we will understand the concept of PLC. The concept of PLC, that is product life cycle, concerns the life of a product in market with respect to business or commercial cost and sales measures. The product life cycle proceeds through multiple phases, involves many professional disciplines, and requires many skills, tools, and processes. PLC management makes the following three assumptions. Number one, product must have a limited life, and thus every product has a life cycle. Number two, product sales pass through distinct stages, each posing different challenges, opportunities, and problems to the seller. Number three, product requires different marketing, financing, manufacturing, purchasing, and human resource strategies in each stages of its life. Once the product is designed and put into the market, the offerings should be managed efficiently for the buyers to get the value from it. Before entering into any market, complete analysis is carried out by the industry for both external as well as internal factors, including the laws and regulations, environment, economics, cultural values, and market needs. For the business perspective, as a good business, the product needs to sold before it finishes its life. In terms of profitability, expires may jolt the overall profitability of the business. Therefore, there are few strategies which are practiced to ensure that the product is sold within the defined period of maturity. Now we will try to explain the product life cycle stages. First of all, we will just briefly see each and every stage. Then in depth we will see the each and every stage. Now, product life cycle stages are explained here. You can just look at the figure. On x axis, we are having time. On y axis, we are having revenues or profit. And generally, the PLC is divided into four cycles or stages: introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. Thus, the PLC has four very clearly defined stages: Each stage is with own characteristics and mean different things for businesses that are trying to manage the life cycle of their particular products. So first stage, that is introduction stage. This stage of cycle could be most expensive for a company launching a new product. The size of the market for the product is generally small, which means sales are low, although they are increasing. On the other hand, the cost of the things like research and development, consumer testing, and marketing needed to launch the product can be very high. Especially it's for competitive sector. So this is about introduction stage, and we can see green line of profit that is very low in introduction stage, and revenues is also low. So this is first stage where the product is just introduced in the market by the by the competitor and by the industry. Now we will see the next stage, that is growth stage. The growth stage is typically characterized by a strong growth in sales and profits, because after introduction now the product is familiar to the customers. That's why maybe they have appealed the product, and the product is getting liking from the market, and slowly the profit is it start increasing, the revenues are also increasing. So because this is because the company can start to profit from their economy of scales in production, the profit margins as well as overall amount of profit will increase here. This makes it possible for businesses to invest more money in promotional activities to maximize the potential to this growth stage. Now after that, the stage is maturity stage. Now we can see revenue generation is maximum at maturity stage, and profits are slowly shrinking down. We can see green line shrinking here or going down. So what is maturity stage? During the maturity stage, the product is established, and the aim of the manufacturer is now to maintain the market share they will have built up. This is probably the most competitive time for most products, and businesses need to invest wisely in a market they undertake. They also need to consider any product modification or improvements to the production process which might give them a competitive advantage. So, this is about maturity stage. Now, we will come to the last stage, that is decline. Here we can see green line, that is profit are also decline, and revenue generated from the product or service is also started decline. So after the saturation stage where the marketers have enjoyed the maximum profit and maximum revenues, now the product is declined to the decline stages. So what is decline stage? Eventually the market for a product will start to shrink, and this is what's known as decline stage. This shrinkage could be due to market becoming more saturated, that is all the customers who will buy the product have already purchased that product. So no more customers are getting for that product or service. Or it may be because consumers are switching to a different type of product, maybe a different product of another competitor. While this decline stage may be inevitable, it may still possible for companies to make some profit by switching less expensive production methods and maybe into the cheaper market. Thus, product life cycle management, that is PLM, is a succession of strategies by business management as a product goes through its life cycle. The condition in which product is sold, that is advertisement and saturation etc., changes over the time, and must be managed as it moves through its succession stages. Now we will see two examples of PLC. A classic example and scope of PLC is a typewriter. When first introduced in late 19th century, the typewriter grew in popularity as technology was improved, the ease and efficiency of writing. However, new electronic technologies like computers, laptops, and even smartphones have quickly replaced typewriters, causing their revenues and demand to drop off. Overtaken by the likes of the companies like Microsoft, typewriters could be considered at the very tail and the decline phase with minimal, if existence, sales and drastically decreased demand. Now, the modern world almost exclusively uses desktop computers, laptops, or smartphones to type, which in turns are experiencing a growth or maturity phase in the product life cycle. But the typewriters are in to the decline stage. So this is the example of typewriter. Now, in the next lecture, we will see each and every stage in detail. Also, we will understand what are various challenges and strategies at each and every stage. So I think this is end of this lecture. Thank you.